Hey guys, welcome back to the Remy Tech. Today's show is going to be brought to you by Awkward Facial Expressions. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to the Remy Tech. First off, I just want to give the shout out and give you guys some thanks. If you have subscribed to my channel already, or if you plan on it, if you've watched my videos, liked them, I thank you. But anywho, the first thing I want to talk about today is a couple of new products. One that's already out, one that's going to be coming out later this year. The first of which is going to be Corsair's new Vengeance Extreme RAM. It's Corsair's new 8GB kit of RAM. And the thing that's special about this RAM is it's clocked stock at 3000 megahertz. This is right now the fastest stock RAM on the market today. It's ridiculous. The cool thing about this RAM is it's actually bundled with a liquid nitrogen cooler from the guys over at Kingpin Coolers. If you want to overclock this even further, they're going to give you that option, which is just insane to me why you would need 3000 megahertz plus. Well, obviously I can see the benefits, but when you see the price tag, it's not as exciting. The price on this one is going to be $750. For most people, $750 on RAM is just insanity. In my editing PC that I use now, I've got 16 gigs of 2100. It's actually more than I need because I don't really do any rendering or anything like that. 3D animation rendering, anything like that, I don't do it. If you're wondering who the market for this would be, it's definitely not gamers, at least in my eyes. There's not going to be any games that are going to fully take advantage of that. You're not going to see $750 worth of improvement. That being said, if you're doing super RAM-intensive processes, then I can see a need for it. But even then, I really don't see the benefit of a $750 RAM set. There will be some that want it, and there'll be some that buy it. And that's cool. That's why they make stuff like that. The next thing I want to talk about is going to be Piston. Piston, if you guys have already seen it, was the micro console that was seen at CES this past year. And it was rumored to be the official Steam box, the official console that's going to support Steam's big picture mode. Piston is actually being made by a company called XI3. If you've kept up with it at all, you probably know that XI3 and Valve haven't actually officially partnered on anything with this. XI3 actually started taking pre-orders on Piston a little over a week ago. Since they started taking pre-orders on it, there still have been no official partnerships between XI3 and Valve. Steambox is actually supposed to be Valve's initiative to kind of make the PC migrate into the living room, kind of make it a less intrusive thing, because right now all we have is like mini ITX and micro ATX kind of home theater PC micro modules, which are really not that small. Piston's supposed to be somewhere between an 1/8 and 1/4 of the size of your average home theater PC, which is really exciting to me. The only downside is that they're asking you to pay out of the nose for this form factor. The pre-orders on Piston have actually come out already. They start out at $899. That's all for a console that's going to perform as well as your average mid-range to mid-high end gaming PC. Now that's awesome, except that you get a quad-core AMD A10 processor, which is plenty. You get 8 gigs of RAM and you get 128 gig SSD. You can have that upgraded. If you want to increase the capacity to 256 gigabytes, you can do that. That's going to cost you $340. If you want to upgrade to 512 gigabytes, that's going to cost you $750. If you're going to have a 512 gigabyte version of this console, it's going to cost you $1,650. That still only has that quad-core A10 AMD processor. So it's still going to take some convincing to get me on board with all this. I don't really understand why I need to pay premium prices for a mid-range PC. Alright guys, now the last topic of the day is actually a pretty interesting one. This is a topic I didn't plan on covering yet, but it's just gotten interesting enough to the point that I have to do it now. And I will be doing this more in depth. The topic is actually the PS4. Now, I don't really want to cover the PS4 reveal, but I do want to talk about a couple of things that have happened since that reveal. The biggest of which is Nvidia actually called out Sony. If you look online, there's plenty of articles about the issue. Nvidia apparently put out a statement recently saying that the PS4 is a low-end gaming console. Even compared to current generation PC gaming, it's apparently a low-end version. Nvidia says that when the PS4 releases this holiday, that it'll actually be comparable to a mid-range to a low-end gaming PC right now. They say that the graphical capabilities of the PS4 is actually going to be somewhere around half that of a GTX 680. But my point of view on this whole thing is that if you look at the GTX 680, it's priced somewhere around the price that you would think a full console would come in at. So, yeah, you're getting better graphical performance, but from something that's, as a single component, costs as much as the entire console itself. Even then, do you really believe that it's half the performance of a GTX 680? The PS4 and the next generation consoles are supposed to be the graphical progressors. They're supposed to move this thing along. So it really makes you wonder if this is just Nvidia trying to downplay the abilities of the PS4, seeing as Sony did opt to go with all AMD hardware inside of the console. Now, as I said before, I really don't want to cover this topic too in depth because I want to do a comparison whenever Microsoft starts to release their stuff about their new consoles, Project Durango, and so that'll be coming later on down the road. But that's it today, guys. That's all I got for you right now. So if you guys have any questions, you got any comments, you like, subscribe to the videos, please do. I really want to keep making these videos, but you got to make that happen. Even if you don't like it, let me know what you thought. Let me know what I can change. Let me know what you want to hear about next week. So this will be a weekly thing I'll be doing. It's going to be called Things That Matter. I'll have a title that kind of describes what I'm going to be talking about in the video. But that's all I got for you today, guys. Jeremy here with the Remy Tech. Peace.